This is the Hello Welcome podcast presented by Betway. I'm your host, William Liu. I'm joined by co-host Alex Wong. Alex, what could possibly be going on with the Raptors that you need to call me on vacation right now?
Well, there's no Bruce Brown news, but the Raptors did waive Sasha Vezenkov and Javon Freeman-Liberty today. They're now about 11 million under the luxury tax. Will, what are they going to do with these open roster spots, man?
Well, I mean, first off, I do admire Masai and Bobby for staring Sasha Vezenkov down, being like, yo, if you want to leave, we're not paying you anything because you're not playing for us. So you're not giving a single dollar back, right? You're giving every single dollar back, right? We're not giving you a single dollar. It's the buyout. He takes literally $0. He goes overseas, goes back to playing, with Olympiacos where he had a lot of success. I'm happy that for the brief, maybe 2 weeks, that we had a lot of, let's just say fans, Olympiacos fans, flooding every Raptors-related content, being like, free Sasha, free Sasha. Sasha said, you know what, I'll free myself. I'll take $0 from the Raptors, and I'm gone. And then Javon, I feel like that kind of explains how he played in Summer League, because it felt like he was trying to play and audition and showcase for a team that wasn't the Raptors, because what the Raptors really wanted out of the guards was play a lot of defense, play a team game, you know what I mean? And of course, that's obviously a lot of the Summer League games, they needed a bucket getter, and Javon said, you know what, I'm happy to take on this role, but I mean, that might be the most shots per minute we've seen from a Summer League player in a while. So, Javon came to Toronto, had a year, two-way player. You sort of got to see what it was, and then they move on. The Raptors clearly added a lot of point guards, so I didn't really see a spot for him going forward anyway.
Yeah, no, I think it makes sense. Just having watched Javon over the last year or so, I feel like he just didn't really have a high ceiling as a backup guard. We got to see who he was, and even in Summer League, I don't think he was a standout. He did put up the numbers, but you look at guys like Davion Mitchell, his track record. I think a lot of people are intrigued by what Jamal Shed is going to bring to the table, and the Raptors clearly, I think, are really high on a lot of these rookie guys that might come in and be able to earn minutes, and they certainly have enough guys to compete for roster spots. So, I think both moves make sense. I would have liked to see Vezenkov, but it seemed like the minute he was traded, it looked like he didn't have a good NBA experience. I feel like he was one of those overseas guys, maybe like a Rudy Fernandez type too, that came over and just didn't have that kind of same vibe in the NBA, and he was clear from jump that it was reported that he was just going to go back to Greece, and everybody was just like, yo, hold up, you're still under contract. So I guess thumbs up to Masai and Bobby trading Jalen McDaniels now for I guess Davion Mitchell straight up. Did they get anything else in that trade?
Well, they got two picks.
Oh,
one
right,
of them became Jamal Shed, and the other one we're going to see next year from Portland, which is not a bad second-round pick when you think about it.
Yeah, that's the first
Portland's
pick.
going to be a bottom 10 pick.
First pick in first pick in the second round once again.
Back-to-back?
Yeah, so Dan Tolzman better get some sleep on that day in between. So yeah, Masai masterclass. But yeah, this is the type of news that really hits the news wire. In late July is these two guys. What else? Raptors also announced they're going to Montreal. I'm sure you're excited about that too.
Oh, I'm super hype for training camp. Apparently, there's also news that they might also be playing in Spain as well. That's some unconfirmed reports from Europe.
I saw that. So how does that work?
I don't quite know, but if they're going to all take a team vacation to Malaga, I would love to be there as well. But I mean, I thought you were going to ask me who do you want the Raptors to sign, considering there's two open roster spots now.
Yeah, man. Who you looking at, man? Is Gary Trent Jr. still available? Can we throw 11 million at him right now? No, all jokes aside, if the Raptors wanted Gary back, Gary would be back, straight up.
Absolutely. If they prioritize Gary at any point, I think
is there anyone else out there that you're looking at, or do you think the Raptors are just going to kind of just keep this money and just roll it forward, see what happens?
Okay, so that's one option, right? Because you might want to, maintain a little bit of flexibility with the Bruce Brown trade. Now before it was we acquired Bruce Brown for flexibility. Now you need flexibility to move Bruce Brown, potentially, if you take back two players with his outgoing salary. But putting that aside, how about I just pitch you on 3 free agents, and you tell me yes or no after I pitch you on these guys.
All right, let's go. All right?
First up, a little more difficult to sign, but Isaac Okoro restricted free agent.
Oh my god, yo, this
Oh,
is the
that's
most.
an instant no?
This is the most late July recording ever, man. You're bringing
Okay.
Isaac Okoro to the table, like this
You're
is
not
the
even gonna
goal.
hear it out.
Okay, man, go ahead. We want another Ochai Abaji. Okay, let's do it. Yeah,
Oh
am I
my
wrong?
God.
Am I wrong?
No, you might be a ball knower. You might be a ball knower.
Okay, but pitch me. Pitch me.
Well, look, he was drafted higher. You know.
Okay.
If we care about what happened in the 2020 draft,
What
the fifth
pick? What
overall
pick did he go? Actually,
He was 5. He was the 5th overall pick.
he
for
was
Cleveland.
5th overall.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah,
my God.
Yeah.
All right.
He was. Look, I'll give you some positives. He's been healthy.
Okay, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Pretty available player.
Man said he got limbs, man. He's limbic.
the limbs are intact. Man.
Okay, he got limbs.
Pardon me, I had to laugh at that. No, but seriously, like he's improving at the 3-point shooter. If you really want to squint,
Okay,
you know what I mean.
Then
like,
why is he still out here?
39%?
Why is he still out here?
Well, he's still out here because he's Isaac Okoro, man. So
Okay.
you're not buying this. You're not buying.
I think-
to be
I think
honest,
I'm-
he's restricted too. Like if the Raptors offered like 10 million or whatever, like, I
Nah,
think
man,
the
they're
Cavs just match.
They're gonna tie up their cap space in August for 5 days for Okoro. I'm
All
okay on Okoro. Raptors fans have
You're
seen many Okoro types come through in the last few years.
You know what? Fair enough. I'm also personally okay on Okoro as well. Next one, Markelle Fultz,
You know what?
unrestricted free agent.
Oh yeah. Okay.
You know, weird, funky player.
Yep.
You know, does a lot of in between stuff. You know,
Yep.
connective passer. That's the new what's the new heliocentric offense? Is
Yeah,
connective
yeah.
passer.
Former-
You're interested in his connective passing?
Former number 1 pick.
Yeah.
I don't mind Markelle Fultz. Like, are we bringing him in on like a minimum type contract at this point?
Sure. Honestly, you probably can get him for around that range. I mean, the thing is, you probably have to promise him some minutes, and you do have the aforementioned point guards you just acquired.
No late July promises, man.
Okay, there are no promises late July. You want to come through, you can come through.
I'm okay on that one as long as you're not promising him a spot. Yeah.
You're not bringing Markelle Fultz to the mile end.
A training
All
camp
right.
invite is enough, man.
Wow. All right. No Jean Talon market for Markelle Fultz. That's
All right.
actually what it feels like right now.
We know
We're
you know
really
your
shopping at Jean
Montreal,
Talon,
man.
All right. Well, okay. Last one here. Taylor Horn Tucker, unrestricted
Oh
free
my
agent.
goodness.
What do you want, man?
Yeah.
You got a $10 bill in your hand, man. What do you want for lunch? It can't be no like Nobu, you know?
I haven't thought about Taylor Horn Tucker since the Kyle Lowry rumors from Tampa.
right.
So it's been a while.
Right.
Once again, you're right. You know, you're floating out there in late July. There's not a lot of options right now.
Yeah.
You know what? Out of the 3, I take a flyer on Taylor Horn Tucker.
There you go. Okay.
I feel like guard. I
Yeah.
feel like guard wise, like it's not like the Raptors are like you know stocked with talent there, but they are stocked with quantity there. So like you know maybe take a flyer on Taylor Horn Tucker. Like this is a type of flyer season anyways. I feel like if you look up Taylor Horn Tucker, he's probably still only 26. So
He's actually not 26. Man.
How old is he?
He's 23 years old.
no way, man. There's no
No,
way.
I'm 100% serious. He's 23 years old.
This guy was a striker on Spain when he was involved in rumors for Kyle Lowry. He was 16. This is crazy. You know what? If
He was Yamin Lamal, basically.
If he's 23, I'm in. Let's
Okay,
take a
all
flyer.
right.
Let's take a flyer. Why not? See how he plays coming off the bench. You never know. I'm actually down with that late as a pickup.
I was gonna say I saved the best for last because even though Taylor Horn Tucker like overall percentages aren't strong, right? Saw 39% last year, including 33% from 3. But the guy is kind of a bucket. Like he's the kind of guy that like a ball don't stop would look at him and be like, "Yo, Taylor Horn Tucker's a bucket, man." Who he is at the mid-range game, his 1 dribble pull up, his 2 dribble pull up. He's got a super long wingspan, and I think more than anything else, I think the Raptors have been linked to THT a couple of times.
Yeah,
and all of a sudden he's like available and just sitting out there for free. So. Yeah, I mean, this is what you get late July, man. I'm not telling you the number 1 shopping item is you got to go out there and get THT, but you know, listen, if he's available, and you know, I wouldn't mind.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we're gonna go with Taylor Horn Tucker. This is officially our new wish list for the Raptors.
Listen, you're the one who called me. Okay, I'm happily in California, extending my vacation post summer league.
Why are we cosplaying like I called you, man? What part of the script is this?
You did. You said you mentioned in the chat 3 times. When are we gonna do a pod? Are you free to do a banter pod? And I'm like, bro, I'm on vacation. 3 hours time difference.
To be clear, I was free to do a banter pod, not talk about a Coro.
You don't want to banter about a Coral? All right, how about this then? Summer League. Let's just hand out 3 stars to Summer League because we were in Summer League and hand out our Gerald Henderson Award from those Summer League performances. And
Sure.
yeah, we'll take it to the banter pod after this.
Okay, let's hear your 3 stars, man.
Bro, what? You watched the games too?
Okay, my first star is Cal L. Ware. From
No, I mean from the Raptors.
Oh,
man.
from the Raptors? Okay,
Yeah.
from the Raptors. First
there you
star, Jamison Battle. Congrats
Okay.
on the contract. He went from a guy that nobody knew who he was to landing a contract. So
Okay.
congrats on that. Number 2, who should be the real number 1, is Jamal Shed. I feel like Jamal Shed is the most interesting guy in terms of making maybe an immediate impact. And number 3, I'll go with Ulrich Chomche because I feel like long term, after having watched him and obviously hearing about his story, make sure you check out other YouTube videos for that too. I think long term he has a lot of promise. So those are gonna be my 3. And then I don't know who my Gerald Henderson is gonna be. I'm gonna need help on that one.
Well, first off, this is where you screwed up because Jamison Battle is absolutely a Gerald Henderson candidate.
Yeah,
okay?
but I had to shift the order on that. So
Okay. All right. Well, we'll give it to Brandon Carlson. I feel like Brandon was pretty solid. Like, in terms of guys you didn't expect that much out of, right? Brandon Carlson, I thought he did well, right? Him and Jamal Shed in the pick and roll game in the game 5. You watch game 5?
No,
Raptors
man.
Spurs?
No, I
Okay.
cut
All right,
it
fair
off
enough.
at 3. Yeah.
You
I
know
stopped
what?
watching Summer League once I landed back in Toronto,
3 is actually like the perfect amount of Summer League to watch. Like
I
3
think
out of
2
the
was
5
probably
games.
2 was probably the right number, to be honest.
Yeah, you know what? Watching the first 2 wins was a nice feeling. Yeah, those. You know what? That's the exact list I got. So shouts to all those guys. I'm excited to see what they bring to Montreal and to the old port, to the island in the middle there where they host Oshiega every summer. What's that place called?
I don't know. That's the
It's on the yellow line on the subway.
that's a broke boy Coachella. Yeah.
You ever been at Barry Ucam in the nighttime?
No, I don't know what it feels like in the nighttime there. Is that
All right.
is that another guy on the waiver wire?
Yeah,
Barry
Barry
Ucam?
Ucam. Yeah.
Oh,
Shouts,
brother.
you know what? Shouts to Montreal. Shouts to NDG. You know what I mean? We'll
Yeah.
be out there. We'll be out there.
Is that an
But,
independent
appreciate-
political party?
You know what? Surprisingly for Quebec, it actually isn't. It's just Notre Dame de Grace.
Oh,
Another neighborhood. You would know if you were out here on Sherbrooke like that. But yeah, well, this is enough. Thanks for everyone for listening. And if you want to hear banter content about what happened in Vegas with me, Alex, and Jerome out at Circa, out at Stadium Swim, you can just tune into the pod over there. So thanks everyone for listening to the Hello and Welcome podcast presented by Betway.